folks, welcome to Red Glen Productions. This is episode 1. My name is Tom. I'm responsible for Ruadh and Advance, two projects ongoing at the moment. One is the Celtic Atmospheric Black Metal project. That's a bit of a mouthful, understandably. And the electronic project, EBM project, which is Advance. At the moment I'm working on album 3 for Ruadh and album 2 for Advance, so you'll see more of that in the weeks to come as more content becomes available on this channel. Now, the purpose behind the channel primarily is to interact with people in a different way that doesn't follow the Facebook restrictions. So it's to ensure that I've got a decent dialogue between myself and everyone that listens to Ruadh, which, you know, shocked me more than anybody else that it seemed to be a lot more people than I thought. So first of all, thanks to everybody that's followed both projects and anything that I do in the future through the moniker of Red Glen Productions. So this is the studio. It's basically a home studio set up by myself and Kim, who is my partner and also plays in Advance full time and plays live with Ruadh. So yeah, I'm going to show you some of the instruments that we use on a regular basis. I'm going to show you what programs I use. I might do a couple of audio things. At the moment I'm just using a camera attached, well, a mic attached to the camera, sorry, and that is due to the limitations of the audio interface because sadly the second channel is goosed, basically. It just doesn't work. And if I'm going to use the captor, the torpedo captor, to showcase the tube amp into wall of sound, then I need that channel free. So for talking's sake, you'll just have to bear with the camera mic at the moment, but plans are there to upgrade that in the future. Here we have one of my go-to guitars for recording, as well as live sometimes. This is the CST-24 by Harley Benton. Now, those of you who know Harley Benton know that this is an in-house brand from Thomann. You know, it's a phenomenal instrument. It really is. It rivals a guitar that's probably 3 times the cost of this. Basically, what you get when you buy a CST-24 is a PRS without paying PRS cost. There's plenty of reviews out there if you want to see comparisons between the two. The only upgrade that I made was switching out the stock tuners for locking tuners. That was it. Now the guitar is as close to perfection as you can get. This guitar is pretty much the love of my life. It is the Ibanez Team J-Craft Prestige RG55OZ in GW, standing for Galaxy White. This guitar retails kind of top end of 700 to 800, sometimes closer to 1,000. They are discontinued, so they are quite sought after in certain circles. Now, this guitar has been my trusty go-to guitar since probably when I got it in 2008. I played Bloodstock with it with one of my older bands. I played countless gigs with it, and I've used it in Ruadh for the gig in Wales as well. Love this guitar. It'll probably be with me to the day I die, and I'll just never get rid of it. It's an absolute cracker of a guitar. Moving on to more folk orientated instruments, this is the Thomann made bouzouki, which is quite new in the studio. It's only been here since Christmas, so yeah, it's not really featured on a lot, but it's in a lot of the newer material because it just has a beautiful sound. Like, I fell in love with this instrument the minute I got my hands on it. So you can hear my kids screaming at the back. Super excited. But yeah, this is my bouzouki. Love it. And it will feature heavily on album 3 and whatever else I do in the future. Here we have the Bagheera 333 Excel Infinium, which is a monster amp. It's fantastic. It basically rivals things twice its cost. It features heavily on album 3 so far. Probably will take the bulk of the guitars, and yeah, it's just a magnificent piece of gear. The Torpedo Captor, the Arturia Keylab 49 key MIDI keyboard, which we also got the synth collection, the Arturia synth collection, which I can't remember what it's called, Analog Lab or something. Basically, this thing is every choir sound, every string sound. However, contrary to popular belief, not every whistle sound, because I had to laugh at one of the reviews that I got as well, which stated that the whistles on the album were programmed, and I can assure you that they absolutely were not. You cannot program whistles and have them sound half decent. You just can't do it. The characteristics of the whistle don't lend themselves to samples, unless there's a library out there that I've not heard of. But no, I've got plenty of orchestral libraries and things like that, and whistles just always sound crap. Now, this is a low D Howard whistle. I'm not the best whistle player in the planet, but I play well enough for what's needed for Ruadh. A Walton C, which I really quite like. I like the tone of this when it's played well. Yeah, the whistles definitely aren't programmed. I don't know where that came from. If it was programmed, I'd like to think that would have added a bit more complexity in the playing, but no, definitely not programmed. So here's one of the riffs from album 3. Enjoy. And in terms of software, that changes actually. So originally for album 1 and album 2, I was using a digital audio workstation which is more centred towards dance music, called Bitwig. I've upgraded from Bitwig 1, 2 to 3. And then recently, as a result of a rather good deal from Steinberg, I decided to go back to Cubase. So I now have Cubase Pro 10.5. One thing I wanted to say, one point I wanted to really make very clear while doing this, was that there's a lot of gear snobbery about, which dictates that you need to spend thousands upon thousands of pounds or dollars, whatever your currency is, to get good quality at the end result, which isn't necessarily true, because everything is so readily available now. See, if you want to start writing music, you can literally do that without spending a penny. As long as you have a few pieces of gear already, which most households tend to have. So, let's say for example you don't even have a PC or a laptop that will run a DAW. There's plenty of free software that you'll get on Android and, well, you know, Google Play Store, and as well as that the Apple Store, that'll let you sort of understand how MIDI notes work. It'll let you understand how composition works, because it lets you layer things on top. So if you've never done that before, have a play about with it. It can be a lot of fun. And anybody that's got any questions about how to get from nowhere to somewhere, drop me a message. I'm happy to help. I've helped a few people already that have messaged the Ruadh page with similar questions. And my attitude is that no question's a bad question. If you don't know the answer, ask the question. It doesn't matter what the response is. If someone gives you a narky response because you didn't know something, that says more about them than it does about you. Take some time, mess about with it. Drop some links to your material below. I'll check it out. As well as that, you know, just have fun with it. Music's there to enjoy. It's not there to take it too seriously. Life is already difficult enough. Why would you take something that you are supposed to enjoy and rip all the fun out of it? There's a thought pattern that goes along with the idea that if you do what you love, then some marginal success will come along with that. Just stick to what you do, enjoy it, build on it, get better. Eventually you will have to invest if you want to get better quality, but again, that's a choice. You don't have to do it. Nobody's saying that you can't enjoy writing music for what it is. You know, we've been doing it for thousands and thousands of years. So anyway, so as I don't start waffling, which is very possible being Scottish, you just end up talking an absolute pile of nonsense. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope everybody's staying safe. I hope the current global situation hasn't got you in too much of a downer. Again, music's a great pick-me-up. Find some music you love, focus on that, and hopefully I'll see you again very soon. Again, like and subscribe, and also if you want to check out my music, you can visit Ruadh Official, which is R-U-A-D-H, it's Gaelic, on Facebook, as well as Twitter and Instagram, I believe. And there's also the Bandcamp, which is www.ruadh.bandcamp.com. I'll leave links below to all that as well, and I'll maybe talk about some kind of low level entry stuff in the next couple of weeks, just because it's worthwhile having that discussion. If you don't know it, then it's always good to know. Anyway, thanks a lot. See you later.